Hello everybody, and welcome to the first ever Let's Challenge. These will be our Natural Friday videos over on the new Challenger. These will be special runs of games that aren't like normal Let's Plays. Pay no attention to that thing in the bottom left corner. That totally doesn't mean I'm on an emulator right now, just like the stupid fucking Super Zero mission. Don't worry about it, shut up. So, what we're going to be playing is the very first GBA Castlevania game, just because I feel recently with the whole Igavania thing, like Bloodstained Kickstarter being a thing, everybody has gone back and played Aria of Sorrow, and honestly the other ones, like Harmony of Dissonance and this one, and Symphony of the Night, deserve more love. Everybody seems to remember Symphony, Aria, and Dawn the most. Maybe Portrait of Ruin. But, you know, nobody's been playing them. Everybody seems to be playing Aria, so I'm going back and I'm playing the first Game Boy Advance one. I almost said GBA. Circle of the Moon. Here's our second in command for Dracula, Camilla. We crave the presence of the embodiment of suffering, the ruler of darkness. I wonder who this could possibly be. I already said his name, though. That is a freaky Dracula design. I mean, his eyes are soulless. He's just completely pale white. His hair, he looks like he's made out of ash at this point. I have waited for this moment to be awake again, to bask in darkness and feel the moonlight within. Count Dracula, I am honored to be in your presence. Indeed. Though I lack my full power. Good. Hopefully you lack your power. So this is another Metroidvania style Castlevania game. Explore the castle, open world. Here's the thing though. See that door on the right side? That's the door to the last boss. We already seen the last boss door right at the beginning of the game. Look at these awesome sprites. You cannot be allowed to taint the world. I remember. You were one of the vampire killers that sealed me. You've aged. So I don't know if Maurice Baldwin is in one of the games. The whole Castlevania timeline's a little wonky. Games keep appearing and disappearing throughout the timeline. Like, the next game in the series that comes out could be based 500 years before the previous one that came out. It's a lot like DMC. You have your 1, 2, 3, 4 order that they came out in. But timeline-wise, DMC goes 3, 1, and then... Well, people argue at that point. I've heard 4, 2, I've heard 2, 4, it doesn't matter. So we're going to be playing Nathan Graves. And note that none of these people are Belmonts. We don't have a single Belmont in this entire game, I think. Yeah, we were just brushed aside and ignored. I mean, look at this character. Look at Nathan Graves right now. This is a JRPG hero. All his hair needed to be was a tiny bit spikier at this point. And this guy's just got the Sephiroth hairstyle going. I don't trust him for a second. So, the run we'll be doing is no magic. And that means, well, if we get a card soon, which we might, who knows? It's a very complicated thing with how cards spawn and who knows. Listen to that sound effect when he jumps. Huh! He's become Mickey Mouse, just for a tiny bit. Okay, so you have your normal whip. If you hold the attack weapon, he spins it. Of course, my emulator's kind of doing a frame skipping thing, so it's not showing 50 frames per second for me, and it's not a blur with the whip. I don't know if that comes along later or not. Who knows? We just started a screw you. We're just starting a brand new game. We might come back to this game later on for another Let's Play, because whenever Let's Challenge, because whenever you beat the game, like the first time you get a code and that releases a special game mode called Magician Mode, and I don't remember what the other ones are. One's Fighter, but I don't remember what order they come in. Magician Mode would be you have all the magic related equipment at the very beginning, but your strength is just completely low. Right now we're just doing a normal run. Oh, right there. The DSS, attribute and action cards, will create a specific effect. These can be set at the main menu screen DSS option. So we have this, and this is we got our first attribute, which is the salamander. So all the attributes are specifically related to mythological creatures and different elements. Like this is the fire one. There's an ice one and a water one and an earth one and a poison one. Manticores. The last two are darkness and light, which would be Cerberus and a unicorn. And then all the action cards will be Roman gods and goddesses, because we can't use the Greek names even though they're the original OG, because I guess give the Roman fake names of the Greek gods and goddesses a chance. Whatever. So there'll be, Mercury and Mars and all the planets pretty much. But your action determines what type of effect it will be, and your attribute will be what it actually is. So Mercury should be the first action we get, and if I were to activate it, it would be a fire whip. So then you could have a holy whip and all of that. There's one for shield, so you can have like a poison fog surrounding you, fireball surrounding you, stuff like that. There's one action card that's a summon ability, one that affects sub-weapons, one that's like specifically weird status things, like if you walk, you'll gain experience, or, oh, I didn't think I would get it that fast. So that's Mercury. So I'm just going to show it off real quick. If you hit left on your, or the L button on your Game Boy Advance, which for me is the left bumper on my Xbox 360 controller, there's your fire whip. However, we're not going to be using that at all. And we can't go that way yet. So that's the whole point of this run. We're not going to be using your basic magic. We're also going to not use sub-weapons. We're just going to be using the whip because this is a Castlevania game, and Castlevania is known for its, the vampire killer. The one weapon that can permanently, quote-unquote, kill Dracula, even though it rarely does. I mean, when was the last time he permanently died? Aria of Sorrow? Come on. And even then, you have Shutting Up. So these are your save rooms. Later on, we actually will get, your warp room, which will allow us to quickly be able to hop around the castle at different times. And those are pretty much our controls. We just have jump, walking around, and our attack. Over here will be more skeletons, and there should also be, if I remember correctly, even though we can't go up there yet, there will be mummies. Mummies are pretty powerful. They will hurt you. Don't mess with mummies. I'm actually going to avoid you because, like I said, we're not doing sub-weapons, and we're not doing, good lord, we're not doing magic. We're going to do just a base whip run. Poison worms will screw you up, however they do drop the antidote, which is really weird. It's also a really rare drop, it looks like, because it's not dropping for me. Come on, gimme. Okay, fine, I don't want your antidote. We also have equipment. And I don't know if I want to do equipment. Like, I feel like if I'm giving up sub-weapons and magic, I have to equip myself with stuff. But at the same time, that really seems like it's just being a little bitch. And this is supposed to be the Let's Challenge. And here we have our magic items. These are pretty much our drop. Not our drops, but, what the hell are they called? Welcome to the first, like, major enemy of the game, to be honest. The Earth Demon. This guy can hurt. He also does drop something. I don't remember what, but it's really good. I think. Oh, there it goes. He dropped the Magic Gauntlet. Magic Gauntlet does what? Ups our intelligence by 10. Strength obviously affects attack power defense. Affects what type of damage output the enemies do towards you. By which I mean how much damage you take from enemies. Intelligence affects how powerful magic attacks are. And I think as well... No, it doesn't affect how much they actually use. Or affect your MP in any way. It only affects really how well and damage-wise they do. And luck just means, you know, how often will stuff drop from enemies. I don't even know why I'm breaking the candles. I mean, like, there's no money or anything, and I'm not going to be using any of this stuff. So now we have the dash boots. If we double tap, thank the Lord, we actually have a way to speed through this game now. That would have been so cool if that was a damage boost onto the actual platform, but no. There should be another Earth Demon coming up. And I can't believe I forgot about this. This is the map. So you can see that, sorry, I was readjusting. You can see that giant shaft we fell through and that little door on the right at the top of the shaft. That's our final boss. Look where we are. We can't even get up that shaft yet. I'm gonna readjust, sorry. This is clearly a very big place. And we've done, like, none of it. Boyo. Dumb zombies. I don't know how a whip defeats a zombie, but, you know, maybe it's got like a steel tip at the end of it and we're just piercing their head fast enough. Oh, there's the antidote. Okay. You can't get me. Look at all the 6s that are popping up. This game just likes 6s. I mean, of course, it's a dark, macabre game. Of course, 666 and all that crap needs to appear. Screw you, I'm just jumping over you. Hello, skeletons. Bye, skeletons. Gonna kill everybody here. So that thing spawns the worms. The worms individually can poison you. And so can everything else. Also, just realized I never set up a timer for this. That is bad. I've completely screwed everything up. Is this the other room with the Earth Demon? Yes, it is. Nope, this is the Thunder Demon. Oh, this is the Earth Demon. Wow. So clearly, our one level up so far, and we went from 11 to 14 damage. That's actually really good, so... This might not be as bad as a Let's Play, as a Let's Challenge as I thought it was going to be. We should... I was going to say, yeah, I should have something by now. Besides just the dash, like the double jump or the slide, and yes, oh, I already have the slide? Well, I think the slide was just its own individual item that I had to get. Yeah, screw you, I'll kill you again. I mean, you're experienced, so why not? Holy crap, I actually just looked at my health. How the hell did that happen? Sometimes you just really need to pay attention to what you're doing because otherwise you will hurt a lot. Okay. Oh yay, my hearts increased, like I'm actually going to be using those. Hearts are, if you've never played a Castlevania game, here's your wall jump, by the way. Yes, you do get a wall jump. Hearts are what you are used when you use sub-weapons, so throwing knives, the boomerang, a watch that stops time. It all relies on ammo, which is hearts. Don't ask me why. Dracula is just holding hearts, yummy, yummy, tasty hearts in random places inside of candles. Why he lights the hearts on fire? Maybe they taste better charcoaled. I have no idea. Clearly, I mean, look at this. Did we just go from 60 to 72? That's, that's really good. So, that should be a potion, I think. Perfect. Those will heal you. I mean, clearly they're potions. Stuff like the antidote will cure status effects. There are status effects later on, like curse, that are not fun. That should be, I was gonna say a bracket. Wow. That's a wristband. That's another area we can't go into yet. That'll probably just be, I don't even know. Look, I'm killing all your friends. You don't even have a thing for me. That's stupid. I mean, I think this episode could honestly be get to Cerberus and who knows, maybe even defeat Cerberus. I used to have a guide for this game way back. And when I say guide, I use that word very loosely. Many people may not remember this, but when the Game Boy Advance first came out, there was a magazine called Nintendo Power Advance. For you little kids that are going, what the hell is a Nintendo Power? Nintendo had their own magazine for a bit. Most games, even if they were bad, would get good scores because they were on Nintendo consoles and a Nintendo-specific magazine. So, whatever, it's all bias. But for a while, they had a, maybe, I don't know, but I'm just going to guess 4 issues. They had a magazine called Nintendo Power Advance. I just want to see real quick how much damage I'm doing. Did I say 16 or 18? 16. So we went from 11 to 16. That's still really good. So, good lord. Okay, let's do it again. 11 to 19. Super good. Plus, it's not like he's not giving us a good... Oh, shit. 669. Next one is 319. Holy poop. Maybe I should actually save or something. 6... What was it? 319 to now 294. So if I kill that guy just a few more times, though. Maybe 10 or something. It would be a next upgrade. Level up. Good lord. My English. But yeah, the first Nintendo Power Advance issue had a walkthrough for this game. A very, very loose walkthrough. It was just a map and then a in-depth, how do I fight and kill the bosses? And it had kind of an idea of, it actually had a thing that was, what level should you be when you fight this boss? And every boss had a level of 5. So for Cerberus, which will be our first boss, it said 5 or over, you'll be semi-okay to fight. But seriously, think about it. And the next boss, it was, which is the Necromancer, it was do 10, be level 10 or higher. But of course, that's also coming into effect of you're using sub-weapons and you're using your magic, your DSS. DSS or D? Yep, DSS. I almost said DDS. So, stuff like that, it will just add up in its own way. So I guess we'll have to be level 15 the next time when we fight Cerberus. Who knows? Meanwhile, just the magazine also had, let's see, F-Zero Maximum Velocity, I think it's called. Good lord, can I actually grab that? Thank you. It was 5 games. It was Maximum... This is like remembering from 14 years ago or something. F-Zero Maximum Velocity, I think it's called. It was Super Mario Advance. These guys will screw you over, by the way. I think they have curse on them. Let's just tempt it. These guys do not have curse, I guess. But they can pile up. However, they're like really easy to kill. Your spin attack really isn't meant to do anything except for take out like stupid enemies like the mini poison worms. But clearly here it does a good amount. Of course, now I'm also taking damage myself when saying I can do good damage to everybody else. Why do I feel like this is when wow, really? Why do I feel like this is when the Mudmen come into being? Oh shit, because it is when the Mudmen come into being. The things you remember while playing games, you know? Any of these spawns and all that? Okay, really? Screw off. Go away. Tell me this is actually something. Of course not. I have to double jump it. I can't double jump though. Just gonna run by all of you. You're all stupid butt heads. I've also, I think, never explained why this channel is actually called The New Challenger. Which is funny, in a way. So, until like earlier this year, a few friends and I had our own Let's Play channel. It started with 3 people, and then one person had to quit, and we replaced him. And then another person joined, so it was 4 people, and schedules stopped working, and all this wonderful stuff. And I think I explained this in the intro video, the Agario video. But it's always good to reiterate stuff. So, what happened was, while you still had that channel, I decided to do my... Oh, I really want that, but I know I said no item, no sub-weapons, or magic. We had ideas for individual shows that would be on the channel. So we thought, hey, you know, everybody can have their own show, and we can still do the group stuff. Oh, thank God, our first HP upgrade. Again, I don't know why I'm still going after the hearts and stuff. It's just, it's Castlevania. In your mind, you break every candle, so it's kind of muscle memory, in a way. But yeah, in the group channel, we had one person create a... Holy crap, did you see the sprite of the plasma ball? That was cool. One person had a thing called Retro Entertainment System, and he had started playing Earthbound. Only did 1 episode of that. And meanwhile, I did a thing called The New Challenger, which was this idea of let's do challenge runs of games, because, you know, you have your Nuzlocke challenge, but I'm not really a Pokemon person. And just all these, what I thought were cute ideas. And so, the first video was how many lines can you do in Tetris without turning a single block. And I did this in first-person Tetris as well. If you've never played first-person Tetris, good on you. It sucks, because the problem is the L blocks are just the worst, because it's 1 on the bottom, 3 on top, and because you can't turn it, that means you cannot fill in like 2 or 3 block gaps. You only can fill it with the 1. And then the other run I did was a permadeath run of Darksiders 2, which is something I might go back to with this. But the idea was it was permadeath, apocalypse mode, which is hard mode with... Or no, it's nightmare mode, which is apocalypse, aka hard mode, with permadeath. And I also did it with no skills, which is spells. So pretty much I did a melee only game in a game that was supposed to be all or half and half melee and attack and spells. Covered the spells and did permadeath. The fact that that lasted for like 3 or 4 episodes is what really shocked. Like, no, actually I think it was more like 6. I got far. I died in a place like, you know, when you do a permadeath run, you don't want to die at something stupid like a dog. But for Darksiders 2, I almost said stalkers for some reason. For Darksiders 2, if you know, they're the little demon dog things called sprawlers or some crap like that. And it was honestly that. It was me going and they attack fast. They have big brothers named brawlers or something that will really, really hurt you. And it just, when you fight like 2 brawlers, which are individually hard, while also fighting a bunch of mini demon things that are super fast and hit semi-hard, you can think, if I die at this point, this will actually be a good place to end a permadeath. Like, I would be happy if I died here, which I did. We are coming up to Cerberus soon. This is another one of the mummy rooms. I believe, anyway, the mummy room is in that bottom left area that we only have like the 1 dot in, right beneath the save point. For the mummies, it's there's honestly an unlimited amount of mummies. You have to destroy the coffin. The coffin's the true enemy. These guys are very susceptible to fire, but the only way to do fire attacks is via the DDS. Well, I got it right the first time. Now I can't get right any other time. The DSS. And because of that, there is no way we can do it. It sucks. But it's not like the mummies are honestly that hard. Hate you, Fleamen. If you're the Fleamen. Here's our first boss. Level 5. Now we'll keep going a bit. Just hopefully get some more levels before, so that way we have a good chance. There are any areas I could maybe, there could be hidden walls. That furthest on the right save point seems to have an empty area above it, so I'm gonna quickly check that. I mean, that just, it seems like the best thing to do, while also power leveling, so that way we don't instantly die on Cerberus. Really? Fuck you, stupid asshole. I actually just might save at this point and call it an episode for now. Yeah, this seems like a good place. So next time on the new Let's Challenge, I have to get used to that. Next time on Let's Challenge Castlevania Circle of the Moon, no magic or equipment run or sub weapons, we hopefully fight the the dog guardian of the underworld. See you next time.